It's a thing. I did a thing. I'm not proud of it. It's just a thing. Oh God. Hey guys, I'm Kate. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to another writing and drinking video with my good friend Brooke Passmore. In this video series, we test whether it is better to write drunk and edit sober, even though not a lot of editing actually happens. This time we are doing the summer edition. So for those of you who have not watched one of these videos before, we will take a shot, which I just did, then we will write prompt number 1, which Brooke and I will be doing the exact same prompt, and it is the air was hot and sticky on the first day of summer, and then the story will just go from there. Unlike Brooke, I time myself on all of these, so I only have 15 minutes to come up with a full, complete story that starts with that phrase. Then I will take another shot and it is on to prompt 2, which Brooke actually picked out for me. I can pull her up now. I'm sure she'll appreciate the still image of her. Brooke will have sent me a location and an activity to sort of start my story off on. I'm very excited because I really like what I sent to her, so that's gonna be interesting to see. Then, of course, we take another shot, and then the third prompt is going to be a little different for both of us. I'm going to be writing about what the Headless Horseman, a Halloween icon, is doing this summer. And then we take another shot, and the fourth and final prompt is just to write a summer poem. So if I'm giving myself 15 minutes for the first prompt, I'm going to progressively lower that amount of time, and we're just gonna see how it goes. I have so much faith in myself. But actually that was kind of like a small shot because I was scared and because I don't like Fireball. So I feel like I need to do another one because Brooke usually drinks a lot during these. Let's go get another shot. Let's go. That's what Brooke's face would look like if she thought I wasn't doing another shot now. No alcohol for you. You either. Woo, you gonna write with me? Yeah? Yeah? All right, Brooke, you can't judge me now. I'm going to set my timer to 15 minutes. The air was hot and sticky on the first day of summer. Oh, I'll take the shot first. That's how I feel too, Buffy. Cheers. Okay, no time to lose. Start! Crap. Can you all see that? 3 minutes. I don't know where I'm going with this. I had a plan, and it's gone all over the place. I've read about vampires, not really about the summer, about a vampire that hates the summer. We just finished an episode of What We Do in the Shadows. That is fine. Oh, dogs are gone. Oh, goodbye. Bye, Chase. I also definitely listed bowling as a summer activity that people do. And bowling you don't have to be outside for, so that's not a good sign. That almost fell. And I named him Pierre, but I spelled it like pier at first, so then I tried to put the beach and then wrote the pier and realized that Pierre asked the pier. It's fine, it's not fine. I don't have enough time for this. Okay. I know, Buffy. We're just gonna go with it, okay? I'm getting rid of the bowling. Buffy, what's a summer activity? Rollerblading. Yes. Oh, well, that's terrifying. Okay. I managed to get, in 15 minutes, 261 words. I have regrets. Oh. Oh. Oh no. Oh no! I can't get this to stand up. Is this a sign? Am I already having problems? Ugh, gross. And then one for the boyfriend who's gonna have more than me. Haha! And now it is time for Brooke. This is really why I didn't read off my stuff. I just wanted to hear what Brooke's prompt was. We are instead going to watch it on my phone because I have not figured out how to use that additional monitor. Hi, Zelda! You gonna come up? Are you so excited? Are you ready to hear what thank you.
it's Brooke. I'm in my car at work, sorry. But anyway, okay, so your location for you to write about is going to be a little different. You're going to be writing about Southern California on a beach in 1963, and you see the Beach Boys walk by. Oh my gosh. Ah. So yeah, write about that. Oh my god.
Oh,
Hey Kate,
no.
it's Brooke.
What do you think? Ah, woo woo. I swear, Brooke always gives me something that could vaguely be described as fan fiction. I think Brooke did Fireball too. Why though? Why? Like why? Okay, while I think over my vague fanfiction-y. What? Fanfiction-y? Oh no. Oh god. It started. While I think over the prompt that Brooke gave you, this isn't even. Oh. So many problems already. It's fine. I'm going to read you what I wrote for my first prompt. I will also read it to my captive audience of Buffy and Zelda. That's right, I'm talking about you. As a reminder, the prompt was the air was hot and sticky on the first day of summer. So it begins. The air was hot and sticky. Oh, you don't like it. She doesn't like it. The air was hot and sticky on the first day of summer, reminding Ronaldo of all the reasons this was the worst season. Days were longer, nights still blistering, and human blood tasted too much like beer and Fireball. Disgusting. Tainted. Their skin smelled of fireworks, and their hair was brittle. I can write, but I can't talk. And their hair was brittle from chlorine. As he sat on the balcony of the infamous downtown pizzeria, Ronaldo longed for the pure winter blood, tinged only with eggnog and mild seasonal depression. Passers-by shouted loudly at one another, laughing hysterically at a joke that was neither funny nor smart. The summer always brought tourists to his small town. Ronaldo hated tourists. He lifted a leg, unsticking it from the white plastic chair, and took his napkin from his lap and dabbed the grease away from his mouth. That was delightful, Pierre said, throwing his own napkin onto his plate. Ronaldo replied, smooth and not committal. He'd had better. He'd had worse. The woman next to him wore a Are the words not making sense because of the Fireball or because they don't make sense? The woman next to him wore a moon amulet that occasionally glistened. Oh my god. We're now thinking about drunk food. You like my story, don't you? The woman next to him wore a moon amulet that occasionally glistened against the fairy lights strung along the deck. It blinded him, but brought his attention down to her brown neck. He licked at his lips. Where shall we go next? Pierre asked. The beach? We could try rollerblading. Someone said there will be a fireworks show later. Ronaldo gave one long, rueful glance at Pierre. He shuddered at the idea of sitting outside, simply watching lights explode into colors. The air was too sticky, too hot for that. No, Ronaldo said, his attention dragged back to the gleaming moon amulet. I'm hungry. Alright, ESPN, calm down. Sorry, Brooke. I'll take that down. Goodbye, Brooke. The Beach Boys. What kind of fanfiction bullshit can I come up with? Oh, I gotta have to do a timer. Alright, I'm doing 12 minutes and 30 seconds. This is a very close-up shot, sorry. 12 minutes and 30 seconds. That way, the next one I can do 10 minutes and then ramp down to 5 minutes. On your mark, get set. Beach Boy. Yay! It's terrible and I'm starting over. That's not enough time left. No! Oh, woo. Oh, woo. Oh, no. Oh, no. Zelda, do you not understand that I only have 3 minutes and 30 seconds left to write this? Are you gonna help me write? Make it better. Oh. Can I hide under the bed from my terrible story? Oh, there you are. Oh, there she goes. Goodbye, Zelda. She was hiding under the bed and that's what I want to do with this. It's so bad. And Brooke's prompt is good. I'm just terrible. Do you want to boop it? I know you do. You do it all the time. Workout. Oh, 160. And if you want to read the terrible first version of this prompt, I will link it down below. It was bad. This is bad too, but It was worse. With a Corona in hand and a wedge of lime on the side, my girlfriend and I were the definition of cool. Someone help me. We were hot and tanned, our bikinis were hiked, and we were about to set trends and melt some hearts. At least that's what we told ourselves when we threw out our bright pink and blue striped beach towels and hoped for the best. No one seemed to look our way, or they hid it well behind their large frame sunglasses. I don't know what the trend is for the 1960s, and I don't know why I tried to shoehorn that in everywhere. I actually Googled it at one point during the sprint, which was probably a waste of time. After all, that's what we were doing. I sipped my beer and nodded over to where the wave was curling. He's about to crash. And he did. The surfer went down hard, his board flying up. Oh my God, Charlotte said. I know, the waves are nothing today. He must be a beginner. No freaking way. Look. Oh God, it's terrible. It's fine. She pointed to the other side of the beach, near where Pier 29 met. Don't know what it meant. I stopped. I think that was what I was trying to get Buffy and Zelda to write it for me. Tell me I'm not crazy. This is still Charlotte speaking, though I don't specify that. That's the Beach Boys. That's it. No! I'm going to set this for 10 minutes. We're not going to start yet though, because it is time for another shot. It is time for prompt number 3. Yes, Buffy, yes! Oh my gosh. So cute. I'm gonna have some more water first. Ugh. I need love. Anytime I let them lick me, I gotta... There we go. Now it's time to sprint. And we got 10 minutes on the clock. Start. I just washed my face. At this point, this video is brought to you by Fireball and puppies. Look at that. I've wasted 30 seconds on the love that I wanted so badly. Do you see this shit? Excuse me. Like, that's the computer. And this is, how am I supposed to, Zelda, what? Oh. I'm actually done before the timer. And I think part of that is because at this point I'm not even writing stories. Like, this happens almost every time where there's just not enough time. Oh. But this one is more just like a snippet, a taste of what the Headless Horseman would be doing during the summer. Not so much story, just as like a moment in his head. Yes. Vegas. The one place where judgments were had and immediately dismissed with another free shot of tequila. Sure, his large pumpkin head stood out. Sure it did. Sure, his large pumpkin head stood out, and people often stared in wonder before they tripped over their own feet. But there were others to stare at. The scantily clad men and women beckoning people into their strip club, the ever-growing jackpot reaching well into the millions, the something, which I meant to continue and did not, the white space, I guess. The list went on. Much like Vegas, it never seemed to end. Do you want anything else to drink, sir? Another grave digger, the Headless Horseman said. You got it, the waitress said, scribbling down her notes before walking off. He pulled $2 out of his pocket and set them on the machine. Slots were his favorite, especially when he could find the penny machines near the very back of the casinos. Less winnings to be had, less people to stare, but the ones that did were usually too drunk to care. Ah, Vegas. His summer getaway. Soon work would start up again, preparations demanding his attention. But for now, as the waitress scooped up his tip and slammed down his 5th grave digger, he was content. What? He was content in the only city with as many sins as he. You know, it's a thing. I did a thing. I'm not proud of it. It's just a thing. Ew. 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 I think it's just because memories are attached to Fireball that it's like I can taste them back. Maybe that's what my summer poem will be. Yay, we're done. Oh wow, we went through a bunch of that actually. 5 minutes. Start. Poem. It's a poem, Buffy. It's a poem. As always, my poem leaves something to be desired. It's not too many lines. Buffy's judging me a little bit. Summer days in a haze, summer nights spent in the light of the moon ending too soon. The season alive only to strive for something unforgettable. I've written some really terrible poems, so that's generally not the worst one I've come up with, but it's not great. I also don't know that Fireball instills the same creativity in me as other drinks have in the past. I'm gonna pretend it's the Fireball and not me is the problem. I will say through all of these, I quite like the idea of the Headless Horseman on his summer vacation in Vegas. Like, I would actually read a whole short story with that. And I did like the vampires at the beginning for the hot and sticky on the first day of summer prompt. Maybe because it went in a direction that I wasn't expecting. Maybe because I think it was my best one. It actually told almost a full story. Almost. I also had to Google what rhymes with alive. Rhymes? Did I say that word right? Anyways. Maybe it's also because I think it had the most description in it too. Like I did the best. It had the most summer-y vibes despite ultimately being about vampires, I think. Comment down below, let me know what your favorite season is. Let me know what you think of these fun kind of small prompts. If you'd like to write a poem about summer, I would love to read it. Even more so if you're willing to set a 5-minute timer and just see what you can come up with. That was a big sigh from a little puppy. That's how I feel. And in the links down below, I will have Brooke's video for her prompts. I'm really excited to see what she does with the one that I gave her, but I'm also just really excited to see her air was hot and sticky on the first day of summer because Brooke actually filmed before me and she said, oh my god, drunk food is here. Yes. Thank you guys so much for watching. Yay. So for those of us, what do you think of the camera, Buffy? Oh.